his ankles. Now he's got an entourage, and he's got a touchdown.
Impossible dream of a play. Madden is on the field. He wants to know if it's real. They said yes. Get your big butt out of here.
Whoa, he has trouble with the snap, and the ball is free. It's picked up by Michigan State's Jalen Watts Jackson, and he scores on the last play of the game.
There, he's got it. End zone. Touchdown Titans. There are no flags on the field. It's a miracle.
What's going on?
What's good, people? You know the drill. It's Sunday. So what does that mean? It's time for the football frame of mind. So before we get started, man, how you doing?
Man, it's good, man. It's a little bittersweet. We're towards the end of the season. The Super Bowl is going to be this following Sunday. You guys are going to get a preview of that. But at the same time, I'm really excited for the offseason. I think this offseason is going to be pretty high stakes. A lot of crazy moves in free agency with trades, especially for the NFL draft. I see a lot of crazy stuff happening there. But don't be disappointed because we've got a plethora of different series and stuff we're going to be rolling out. So don't tune out. We've got draft talk. We've got all these different breakdowns. We've got what if series is going to be coming back. The fantasy draft series is going to be coming back. So no shortage of content. But before you get into this video, make sure to like it. Leave us a comment. We love the comments. Shout out to the 11 people watching, by the way. As well as don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Hit that notification bell so you never miss any of our daily content being uploaded. And just hit our Google search, man. You can find us on Facebook, TikTok, X, all of that good stuff. Especially find us streaming on Twitch with all kinds of gaming as well.
Yeah, we on everything, man. We back on the audio, man. It's been a minute. We're trying to figure out the particulars with that. But we back on that platform, so you guys can hit us up on there. If you're driving and whatever, shout out Wendy for the love, for the like. I gotta like my own video, right? Come on, man. You gotta support yourself, right? If you don't believe in your dream, then who won't believe in it? You feel me? So yeah, none of the particular, man. But we're gonna have a lot of stuff this off season, man. So y'all just buckle up, man. It's not the end of the show for us. We cover the draft, we cover all of that. So we're gonna be good. So don't forget to check out our media network, the Villain Sports Media Network. We got hella shows over there. You got James and No Mercy Sports. If y'all didn't catch his Royal Rumble stream, you missed out. That was pretty good. So then you got College Sports Villains. You got the Divine Battleground show for our spiritual people out there. Check that out, man. And come on, man. Us, of course. Oh, and Legends of the Square Circle as well. Gotta check out the wrestling show, man. It gets live over there. So, but let's get started, bro. We got not too much to talk about, but the way we talk about football, it's gonna get a little crazy out here. So let's get into it, man. You know the drill. We start off with college, man. Let's talk about the off-season storyline. Let's read a book. Read a book. Let's read a book, man. You like that? You like that?
Yeah.
You like that? Oh, my Kirk Cousins shit. You like that? You like that?
You like that? You like that?
All right, it's not supposed to go this long. It's not supposed to go this long.
Must be a really good read.
Yeah, it was a really good read. It's not supposed to go that long. I wasn't expecting that. It's still going.
Okay, there we go.
All right, there we go. All right, that was a long story, man. My bad. I wasn't expecting that. Sorry, people. But nonetheless, all right. So big storyline. I think we should start with is Arch Manning, bro. So Arch Manning is now the starting quarterback for the Texas Longhorns, man. Long road for him, in my opinion. He had to sit behind Quinn Ewers. Quinn Ewers is now taking his talents to the NFL. He might be sneaky second, third round quarterback, in my opinion. He's got a crazy big arm, but injury concerns are out of this world, right? But we're focusing on Arch Manning, man. So you look at the stats, man. Can you project him being the guy? moving forward.
So I mean, Texas obviously Texas comes out with the number 1 recruiting class, which is really going to help them. They have been doing really well and just bringing in the talent that's going to fit the system that Steve Sarkisian wants the best. And I mean, with his limited time, most of the time when you have underclassmen who sit, they don't always embrace the moment as fast. You tend to see them being kind of shaky. He's looked very poised in the limited time he's played. Very calm, very poised, putting the ball on the money wherever he wants to go. For a limited time, you're looking at 50 for 72, over 800 yards, 8 touchdowns, and only 2 picks, and almost 100 yards rushing on the ground with 2 touchdowns. The guy, he's got some really good tangibles. He's got some good feet on him. He can run when he needs to. Good arm strength, really good accuracy, especially on the run. He's very athletic. He's just got really good quarterback skills, just really good fundamentals. I could definitely see him being one of the nation's leading passers next year. I don't know if he's necessarily in the Heisman conversation, but I feel like more than likely that is going to be the case. Texas is still going to be bringing back a whole bunch of talent. And if he plays anything over a long period like he's played in the limited time, I think he's going to be looking really good, and Texas could find themselves in a similar spot as they did this year.
Yeah, man, I agree. I think he showed me a lot as far as, just being able to sit there, like that shows me that he's bought into Texas, and that's where he wants to be. Because we've seen a bunch of guys leave, right? Like, oh, I'm not going to be here. I don't want to play here, man. I'm not playing. I'm going to leave. I want to do my own thing. But I think the fact that he's got this famous family, they like, you can't be like everybody else. You got to stick it out the way we did, right?
Mm-hmm.
We didn't all, none of us, well, I ain't going to say none of them, because I think Peyton Manning started as a true freshman, and I think
Eli didn't start right away, I don't think.
So I think
Eli said, well, actually, no, I think Todd Helton was playing before Peyton Manning. If I'm not mistaken, Todd Helton played quarterback.
Yeah, true. Mm-hmm. So there you go, right? So, you got to stick it out like how we did it. You feel me? So, and then Grandpa, come on now. Archie wasn't sitting. Archie wasn't sitting. So
Archie was nice.
Yeah, like his namesake. Come on now. He wasn't sitting. So but shout out to
what's up, Brent?
Brandon. What's good?
Happy Sunday, man.
Sports Villains giving us that following as well. Come on, Andrew. You don't even have to ask. Of course, we want some more. Pump it up, man. But yeah, I think he's good. I think he showed me a lot just staying there. So I think he's gonna buy in. Now, does he go pro after this? I think so. After one season, but he'll have to be like, pow.
Really good.
Yeah, pow.
I like his style though, man. He's just very calm and smooth. Like everything just seems like it comes slow to him. Like it's not too fast. Like he's a really good evaluator of the field, and it just seems like he makes good decisions, is able to get out the pocket if need be, and puts the ball where it needs to be, like flawlessly.
Yeah,
man. And he can scoot too, bro. He can run.
Yeah, he definitely got the Archie gene. He didn't get the Peyton Manning one. But actually, you know what? Surprisingly, Eli Manning was not that damn slow. He was slow, but he wasn't that he wasn't Peyton Manning.
No, Peyton Manning was very slow.
Yeah. But Eli could scoot, especially early in the Giants. Like he could run just a tad. But big things for Eli, man. I mean, for Arch. So we'll see. But this is kind of how we're gonna do our show moving forward for the offseason, man. Pick a storyline, kind of pick it apart a little bit, and we'll go from there. So. But because we got the Super Bowl, we're just sticking with one right now. But I think as we move forward, it's going to be about 2 or 3 storylines, and then we just kind of keep it moving, right? So, but definitely had to start with this one because this is a big one. So, but let's move on, man. Let's move on to recruiting, man. Get past all this, man. Handshake stuff, man. All right. So, we keeping our high school, college recruiting thing going, man. So we've done every position in a row so far. So we're gonna keep going with the top tight ends, man. So obviously 24/7 Sports was on the Fritz. Oh, yeah, 24/7 Sports was on the Fritz a little bit, so I had to go with On 3 for our tight ends. So who stands out to you as a candidate that maybe will get some playing time as a freshman, man?
I like Williams. I love Williams from Georgia. I love the size, because me and you both like really good height. 6'7", almost 250. Like that's crazy. Like that's crazy size.
Yeah, I agree.
I love the size. Like that's like an automatic big threat in the red zone, especially a good lead blocker up front. Like I just love a big body like that, especially when you get into like the inside the 20 and you have that smaller area to play in. You need a big body guy like that who can just get up and get you a touchdown or get the yards you need.
He's not as big as like Darnell Washington was.
No, but still 6'7".
But you know how Georgia uses their tight end, so you already know he's going to be a big time player. But I want to look at the guy for Penn State that Penn State got, right? They got a tight end going in the top 20 in the NFL draft this year. So seems like a guy that just plugs right in, man. And shout out to them for keeping him at home, though, because he could have went anywhere, you know. But they've been really good at keeping their top guys at home. So I like it, man. I like that a lot, man. But definitely, what's up?
Surprised no 5-star guys. I'm surprised it's not at least one 5-star.
Yeah, that's surprising because the running backs was like that too.
But tight ends, there's always at least one.
Yeah, at least one guy. You know, like I remember Isaac Nada was a 5-star. He went to Georgia. He was okay. I thought he would have been a lot better. I think early on.
I think Arik Gilbert was a 5-star too when he came out and committed to LSU. I think he was a 5-star.
He was too. Then we had two. We had Hale Henches. He went to like a school in Missouri. It was like way in the boonies. But he was a 5-star. And then OJ Howard was a 5-star too. He went with the Bucks, I think. So he was a 5-star as well. But that's all I really remember lately. But you're right, there's always been a one at least. But I think the list of the 5-stars is closed now. So it's like we're focused on 2026, I believe. So there's not going to be one this year. But hey, doesn't matter. Georgia still got a good one. So it doesn't matter.
Right.
So let's see what Anderson. Oh my God, new dance partners. I don't know.
Yeah, he could be a new dance partner because he's talking about that freaking segment where he brought that recruit in and they were sitting there dancing. Andrew could be the dance partner.
See, Andrew can. All right, so you know our new thing we're doing every week. We're finding a high school player to talk about, and hopefully to get some eyes on him. Obviously, you know we got some good following, man. So hopefully he gets some more offers, man. So today's high school player is John Hebert. I think that's how you say it. Straight Jesuits college prep here in Texas, Houston, by the way. He's going to be class of 2026. So junior this year, but look at those numbers.
The height and weight made me think McCaffrey, though.
See, I was going there. I was thinking that as well. But when you watch the tape, man,
is he a good receiving back? He's a good receiving back?
He is, but I don't think they really used him like that, at least from what I seen. He was just kind of, here you go, run the ball, in my opinion. But watching the film, he didn't have that extra gear that McCaffrey had, right? McCaffrey he got another gear. This guy didn't have it. But when I watched the film, I saw Le'Veon Bell a lot more than I seen anybody else. I was thinking Alvin Kamara because he was smooth with his jump cut. Like it was quick. you know.
Mhm.
But Le'Veon Bell, because he had a patience when he ran. Like it wasn't like, oh, I'm just running because I'm the best player on the team. He actually was looking for the hole to run through. So I was thinking more Le'Veon Bell in my opinion.
Where's that offer from? Do you know who offered him?
Bro, when I tell you this, you're not gonna believe it, bro.
Who offered him?
You're not gonna believe it. Carnell, bro.
Cornell offered him?
Yeah.
Is this like it's just preparatory? I'm assuming that they're not playing like public schools. I'm assuming they're just playing like prep schools. Like maybe the competition maybe isn't it? I don't know.
It's the same thing as like the dude last week,
Yeah.
right? With the
They're not playing
6,000 yards.
so they're not playing the competition.
I guess not. I guess not. But on
I mean, that's
Max Preps, it said that this guy was the second leading rusher in the country.
yeah,
So-
but if they don't value the competition he's got, then I can understand like why they've got him sitting like that. The numbers
Yeah.
are crazy. The numbers are crazy regardless. But the only thing I could see, the only reasons I could see like him not getting looks is because of one, maybe the lack of competition, and his size really isn't the greatest. But he can always put the weight on. The height's not bad. Like he just maybe put like 20 pounds on. Like it's nothing crazy.
Yeah, from like I said, from looking at the tape, man, like he can add like 20 pounds, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Get to about 200, 205. That'd be like perfect.
He can definitely add like 20 pounds to his frame and be like really good.
And even if he gets the offer from Cornell, he can play a year or two there and just transfer out if he wants to get like a better tape at the higher level. I mean, it's not impossible.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, there's an argument for me. I think he's a good, fascinating prospect, man. So, but the 3,000 yards is crazy because he's just running through defense is crazy. But I like it. I like it a lot. So shout out to John Hebert having a really good season out of Houston, man. So expect him to be on some radars coming into next season. So I don't know what their too early top 27 or whatever prospects are. But I expect him to be up there, at least a 4-star, at least. So we'll see. We'll see. Because right now they had him like at a no-star. I was like, are you serious, bro? At least.
That's definitely leading to competition then. I see preparatory. I'm assuming you're just playing like a bunch of private schools or something.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, bro. Whatever. You get 3,000 yards rushing, like, bro, whatever. But yeah, that's our high school profile, man. So our show today is really centered around the NFL, man. So we ain't gonna really do no break for real. But the Pro Bowl is this week, man. So wait, tomorrow? Today? I'm doing Pro Bowl. I don't know. I lost track.
It was earlier.
Earlier today? Okay. I lost track of it because it don't really mean the same thing for real. But your boy got a Pro Bowl selection, man. So what you think about that? I had to get your thoughts on that.
I think that's stupid. His stats weren't even that like well, he didn't play bad this year, but for him to warrant a Pro Bowl, like it just goes to show that the Pro Bowl really doesn't mean anything, and it hasn't meant anything for a while. Like I'm happy he gets to have the experience, maybe be able to pick at some of these older guys, some of these veterans, and kind of be able to help shape his game better. But as for him getting a vote, like I think that was dumb. I don't find the stats reflected, and I just don't think the Pro Bowl really means anything nowadays. I think it's literally just a get together for just everybody to have games and score like 200 points. I think that's all it is. But am I hopeful for the future with him? Yes.
Okay, nah, that's cool. That's cool, man. I mean, you know, everybody opts out and all that other stuff, so it's not necessarily surprising for him to get a look. But hey, it goes on your resume, man. So as he gets further in his career, you'll look at it like, oh well, you know, I was a Pro Bowler. Maybe he gets another one. So it helps with a contract negotiation, man. But I doubt he's going anywhere. As long as he plays like competent football, I think he's gonna be good.
He's got a skill set that Mac Jones didn't have. Like I just feel like his ceiling is a lot higher, and his skill set's a lot more valuable, especially with the way the NFL is right now.
Yeah, man. So just going through the Pro Bowl, man. These are some of the replacements in the thing. So one that stood out to me that I thought should have been in there anyway was probably Malik Neighbors. That's the top dude on the list. I thought he should have been a Pro Bowler anyway because he balled out, man. Balled out completely. I think he may have been the leading receiver in terms of rookies this season. So I'm like, you got to give him some love, man. So Quentin Williams from Alabama and the Jets, I believe. So I thought he was a good player to replace Chris Jones because Chris Jones obviously playing in the Super Bowl. So I thought that was pretty cool. James Cook replacing Derrick Henry, like, all right, I guess. But what do you think about Jonnu Smith replacing Travis Kelce?
Jonnu Smith is freaking. Jonnu
He was
Smith.
on your team, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he was with you first. He was in Baltimore than us.
Oh man, he ain't do nothing.
But the only other rookie like that's on there, I feel like deserved to be on there was Brian Thomas. He balled out too. He I want to say he may have he may have led the league, led rookies in receiving yards or touchdowns, one of the two. He balled out too, and they're talking about I seen a report earlier that Jacksonville might be looking to get that receiver out of Arizona. They do that, like, it would be really good to have a number 2 with him. But Trevor Lawrence needs offensive line help, bro. If he don't get no offensive line help, Brian Thomas is really going to,
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, yo, like, all right, you're going to have these big receivers and no offensive line. You ain't gonna have time to throw to him.
Them dudes gonna be running routes for no reason.
Yeah, man, you're gonna be like the Titans with Derrick Henry, bro. You're just out there. You're not gonna get the ball. Like, you're just blocking, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, that's ridiculous. But that's the replacements, man. Nobody else really sticks out to me. Obviously, Ronnie Stanley. I actually don't like Ronnie Stanley that much.
The fact that Mike Evans was a replacement is kind of funny.
Yeah, I agree, but he was hurt though.
Hey, he still got 1,000 yards, so give him much respect.
Yeah, he did, man. I was excited about that.
First ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, man, that's the quietest 10,000 yards I think anybody's ever had. Like nobody even considers him like top 5 in the league sometimes. Like if you look at like a lot of the lists and people say, oh man, top 5 this, top 5 that, he's never really in the conversation. And they'd be like, oh yeah, he's pretty good.
It's kind of like how Andre Johnson was too, because nobody, like when he was quietly just building up, racking up yards with no quarterbacks, and nobody was talking about it. Not the exact same, but like similar conversation.
Yeah, but Andre Johnson he got pretty loud in the 2010s. You couldn't ignore him in the 2010s. No. Maybe in the early 2000s, late 2000s, I mean, like when the Texans was kind of building up into that Gary Kubiak era, I think you could probably kind of say, oh, well, he's good, but he ain't that good, right? But when it came to the 2010s and they got Matt Schaub and Arian Foster and all those guys, you couldn't ignore them then.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Stop.
Bro,
hey, I don't know if you've seen the chat earlier, bro. He was on Marino hard, dog. Oh, he said Marino and somebody else was trash. I'm like, Cam's got to be sleeping because he definitely would have responded to.
Yeah, bro, I was like out of there, dog. I'm like, no. I'm like, we told you don't have to ask. We like more viewers, man. Come on.
More is better. 100 plus.
But back to your last comment. You are tripping.
How's
it say it out?
Hey, how's it say? Crazy talk.
Crazy talk. You gotta chill. You gotta chill. Talking about he ass.
He must have got he must have got into Chris's medicine cabinet.
Oh, I'll go back.
Oh. And okay, there we go.
All right, so all the jobs have been filled except for your Saints, man. What is going on with your boys?
Well, they've interviewed quite a few other people. Mike McCarthy pulled his hat out of the race, which is great news because that would have been a horrible fit to start with. They've interviewed a couple other guys. I think it was another guy from Miami, but it's looking like they're closing in on Kellen Moore, but they can't really do anything official or anything until after the Super Bowl. The good thing is with that situation, the Super Bowl is in New Orleans. I wish I'd be going, but he's gonna be able to walk through the facilities and be able to do all this and all that. So I mean, everything's looking like it's gonna be him there. If they get him there and just give him a good established like offensive coordinator, I've said it over and over. You need to get a guy like Frank Reich in there running his offense. Like that could really expand on what they have, especially if they can make some moves in the draft because they have no cap space at all.
Do you think they have no cap space because of like the bad deals they made?
I know why. It's the general man. I don't know if you watch. I know you're not into them, but it's the same song and dance every year. Mickey Loomis will give out these crazy deals or like not structure contracts the correct way to where when the offseason comes, you're always in the red, and then you have to do cap space gymnastics to get yourself back under the salary cap. So when free agency comes, you don't really have the cash to go out and get the guys you need. So you end up freaking paying for older guys or people who aren't going to be able to contribute. That's why I think even if you bring Kellen Moore in this year and you have a losing record, if it's to the point where it just doesn't like it's not working, I could definitely see because I think the GM's contract expires after this season. They might just let him walk, which would be ideal because guess what? At least your head coach has a year of experience, and then you can get somebody else in there, maybe who the head coach would feel more comfortable with, and maybe then they can kind of start off on the right foot. But it just really all depends on how this season goes.
I saw an interesting stat. Y'all haven't drafted a first-round quarterback since Archie Manning.
They had the chance to get Lamar Jackson, and they didn't.
Yeah, that's true too.
And when they tried to trade up to get Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs jumped them. They were one pick away. If the Chiefs wouldn't have jumped them, they would have took Mahomes.
Which is surprising that nobody else picked Mahomes before that, right? Mitchell Trubisky, bro. What were they thinking, bro? Anyway, but all right. I just wanted to know because like I said, I'm not tapped in like that. But also he says he's super ass. No, bro.
Hey, Cam, you know who else is super ass? Matt Ryan.
Man, the Falcons, period, bro. Bro, I'll never forgive them for what they did in that Super Bowl, dog. Come on, man. You got the GOAT down. You see exactly. You got the GOAT down, dead to rights.
28-3.
You just let it go, bro. Like, look, you can talk about my Ravens all you want, man, but we got two of them things. Two of them things. We ain't on the zero.
They got two of them things.
We ain't on the zero spectrum.
They ain't got zero. They ain't got one. They got two of them things.
Oh.
You good? Uh-oh. You good?
Yeah, it had frozen a little bit, man. Somebody must have turned on their Wi-Fi, man.
Having some issues with the wireless.
Yeah.
They got two of them things.
Marino never saw a Super Bowl. Did you see his first season, Andrew? Now you talk about you old as hell. Now you know Marino was in the Super Bowl his damn near first season, bro. Come on, man. He came out gunning. Stop it, man.
You know it would help when
and the Super Bowl really wasn't that bad. They didn't really
man, they really had a chance, bro. And I'm not making excuses. But just think if you had some competency from the general manager spot and they actually built around him like they should. Oh my gosh, he would have a bunch because he's that good.
Yeah, come on, man.
And for you to say Jim Kelly's better than Dan Marino, put the pipe down.
Yeah, bro, come on, man. And then to say they got their ass whooped, bro. Come on, man. The 49ers was like 15-1 that season.
They were the hella good, bro. What'd you expect?
Come on,
they
man.
didn't have nothing compared to.
How many times did he get cheated? How many times did he get cheated out of MVP, Andrew?
Yeah, you be talking about cheating. What about 2011 when Rodgers won it? He should have won it. I hope. But Matt Ryan ain't got no Super Bowl rings though. My bad. I forgot.
Come on, man. How many times did Breeze get cheated out of that? Don't start. Don't start Andrew, man. I might not be as old as you, but I know MVPs when I see one. And Drew Brees should have at least 2. At least.
He should have had one in 2011 for sure. You can take any of the other ones away.
I'm not even on the Falcon tonight. I'm good.
Nah, bro, that's you. You must have been messaging with Chris too much.
You on the Falcon tonight, literally.
Solo.
Yeah, you're Han Solo tonight. You ain't got Chewbacca. Wait, what? Are you serious?
What? Are you nuts? Hold up, bro. Hold on, dog. Hold up. We have to address the elephant in the room.
Crazy
okay?
talk from you.
Okay, hold up. Because Aaron Rodgers won it in 2011, so I want to see what the stat difference was. Hold up, because we need to have this.
Andrew out here talking nuts.
Okay, hold up. Okay, so let's go Pro
Andrew
Football
out here
Reference.
talking nuts.
Okay, so let's see. Do we have years? Okay, so 2011. So 2011, Rodgers throws for 4,600 yards, 45 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Good season, really good season. Let's pull up Brees for 2011. Is it 2011? Yeah, I think it's 2011. 5,400 yards, 46 touchdowns, and 14 picks. The only difference you have beat is 14 compared to 6. The dude threw for almost 5,500 yards, bro, and had like an 11-5 record. Like that. Come on, man. That's crazy talk.
What's good, Kobo?
Kobo,
I love that picture. I love that picture. Come on now. I love me some Lightning McQueen, man.
Good job.
Damn, hold up. You got to
Damn,
spam?
Kobo.
Hold up. Don't spam, bro. Don't spam. We got it. We got it. All right, and Kellen Moore, I think that'll be a good hire.
He would. I think he's got a really high IQ. He wasn't a terrible quarterback, but he doesn't seem like a horrible offensive coordinator. If they just bring a good DC in and get Frank Reich running your offense, I think they'll be all right. Even if they have to move on for the GM after this season.
We're not saying
Bro!
Actually, yeah, but they do.
They had a winning record just like the Packers. The dude threw for almost 500 yards, bro. He has more 5,000 yard seasons than anybody else combined. Come on, man.
They kind of do matter, bro. I mean, if you're like, all right, so if we want to talk about stats, all right. I dropped a short like a couple weeks ago, and Cortez Kennedy won Defensive Player of the Year, bro. And his team was 2-14. So yeah, stats do matter, bro. They do. They matter just a little bit. Definitely not Vandy Brandon.
No, nah, dude, you crazy. I wish y'all had a Lombardi.
On that shit tonight.
Wish y'all had a Lombardi because y'all sure didn't deserve to be in that first one. You know, Minnesota should have.
All right, man. So speaking of Super Bowls, man. You see Drew Brees in that picture, man. So
where's Matt Ryan at? I thought they won.
I'm sorry. I think that was the Super Bowl in the bottom right corner where Tom Brady talking mad shit. I love that shit. That's my favorite. That's my favorite Super Bowl celebration ever, bro. He was like, "Give me that damn trophy." That
game
bro.
live was crazy,
bro. He was like, "Give me that damn trophy."
He's like, "Hell yeah, go the hell home, dog." Like, no, we did that. It was crazy. It was a really good game, though.
All right, we back. I just had to change. I had to change the Wi-Fi real quick because it was too trippy.
It was tripping.
Yeah, it was too trippy, dog. But yeah, man, watching that shit live, he was talking mad shit. He was like, the dudes ain't even have a chance to give him the trophy, bro. He took it from dude. Like, yo, give me this. Like, yo,
it's like when the heel wins the world title or something, he don't give the ref a chance to give it to me. He yanks it out of his hand. That's pretty much what that's like.
Let me see. Hold on. Chiefs by a field goal. See, we'll get into the breakdown a little bit, but we just wanted to talk about Your favorite Super Bowl moments, man. You know,
Man.
kind of watching back, man. I was watching football, but I didn't really comprehend when the Rams won, and I kind of was like getting emotional, man. Look how happy Georgia Frontier was, bro, holding that motherfucker, bro. She was like, "Yo, we brought this team to St. Louis. All of this bullshit we had to go through, we got that motherfucker, man. We got that shit." So I was kind of happy. Of course, you know, I gotta put my Ravens on there, man. Winning that first Super Bowl was pretty damn cool. And then I had to add Nick Foles on there, man. Being a backup and winning the Super Bowl like he did, that shit was gangster. That was gangster.
What was your favorite moment?
My favorite moment, man, had to be damn, that's a tough one, man. Favorite Super Bowl moment, man.
I can tell you mine if you want.
You know, my favorite Super Bowl, man. I didn't like the fact that the Saints won, man. But you know what? When they won it and being in Louisiana at the time, that shit felt good, man. Everything that New Orleans had been through, man, to just kind of just come full circle. Like, yo, we finally just rebuilt this team that's been a laughing stock for a long time, and they finally got it, man. I was mad that they won because I really wanted Peyton Manning to kind of get them one. But or another one, should I say? But you know, seeing everybody kind of happy for a minute in New Orleans, is the state period, was like diehard Saints fans. That shit was cool, man. I ain't even gonna hold you. So that's one of mine, man. You know, but you know, but the looking back at like the Super Bowl celebrations, though, Tom Brady winning that first one, because nobody knew what he was going to become at that moment. But the fact that you see it and it's like, oh shit, I just won the Super Bowl. What the is up now? Like, you got a whole quarterback controversy happening on stage. You know, like, he don't even know what next season is going to be. He's like, I could just be the backup next season. But that was pretty cool. What about you, man?
So we talk about Super Bowl 51, Super Bowl 49 with the Seahawks. Let's see. Anyone that says it was deserving, go back to school and seen the Super Bowl in 40 years. Minnesota? Are we talking about like the Vikings when they what we talking? What's MN? If you can clarify, Matt Ryan created the term Nathaniel. I'm not sure. But my favorite Super Bowl moment when the Saints go, yeah. It was really cool because I mean the state felt like it kind of like everything had kind of came full circle, and it was just a really good feel-good environment. But mine, like, I probably have 1A, 1B. Super Bowl 49, we probably should have lost to Seattle. We scored, and then Seattle's driving down the field with ease, and they get within the goal line, and I'm sitting there like, well, that's game. They're gonna give it to Marshawn. That's game. And then when I see they take the snap, and I'm like, well, wait, he's going to pass. I'm like, why are we passing on the goal line? And I see him throw it, but you can't tell what's going on. And then they show a camera shot to Brady jumping on the sidelines. I'm like, what happened? Oh, he picked it off. I'm like, they just gave us the game. Like, oh my gosh. But Super Bowl 51, like, come on, man. Down 28-3 in the first half. And then Brady, and I wish I had the video. I had saved it on Facebook. The freaking speech he was giving, like, look, dude, it's time to lock in. Like, this ain't over yet, bro. Put your boots on. Like, we ready to go to work. And they gave the Falcons that work. And Brady just went down and down and down and down. So to see them be down and face that adversity and see him shaking that trophy around like that felt good, man. Because, like, I wouldn't say I was down and out, but, man, it wasn't looking good. So to see them lace the boots up and keep it going, even being down 25 points, like, that was that was probably one of my favorite Super Bowls outside of being a Patriots fan. The game itself was just really good, in my opinion.
Yeah, man. So, like I said, I that Super Bowl, I kind of knew that shit wasn't over when it's like 28-3. I'm sitting there like, nah, Brady ain't going out like this. He ain't going out like this. Well, like everybody was in the comment section, man. It's like, oh man, yeah, Atlanta, yeah, Dirty Bird, we winning it all. It was partying, man. It was a party all the way
They already
down.
had the newspaper and everything clipped, like ready.
I was
like,
man, y'all know Brady ain't going out like this. Not to y'all anyway. And then they just choked it away, bro.
It's like the greatest comeback ever. Like, come on, man. Like, that was
They
crazy.
choked that shit away, bro. That was pure choke artist, bro. Pure. Like,
because Atlanta's offensive game plan was horrible after that. Like, I don't know what they did. They just changed everything.
Yo,
like, they just
hear me out, right? So the offensive coordinator for Atlanta, right?
It was Sarkisian, huh?
Was Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, it was Kyle Shanahan. I'm tripping. Yeah.
So tell me that Super Bowl, their second half meltdown did not look like that overtime drive from Mahomes in a Super Bowl.
It did. They like completely melted away.
Bro, I was like, yo, they finna lose this Super Bowl. I was like when Jawan Jennings scored, I was like, bro, they're not gonna win this Super Bowl. Like, they're not. Like, they're going away from what's working.
Because you seen the difference.
Was killing it. McCaffrey was killing it in that Super Bowl, and so was their running back. Goddamn, what's his name? Devontae something.
Baseball for the Falcons.
Yeah,
they had Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman, and they were feeding them. And Julio Jones was cooking. And I'm like, man, our defense isn't this bad. Like, we got to get it together. And then we come into the second half, and they're not running the ball at all. And they're just force feeding in the pass game. I'm like, dude, our secondary is good. Like, we got Darrelle Revis, we got Malcolm Butler. I think we still had Aqib Talib. You still had Dante Hightower, Will Fork, the defense was loaded. And once they figured out, oh, dude, they're passing. Oh, we got this. And they freaking played lights out.
Well, Chris, it actually was the other way around. The 49ers came back after Beyonce put the power.
That was so crazy. I remember watching live. I'm like, dog. I'm like, dude, we're watching. I'm pretty sure you said the same thing. Like, what? Like, why are the lights out? What is going on?
Bro, like, dude, we literally just scored a touchdown.
I'm like, damn, y'all just killed all the momentum. Like,
bro, we literally just scored a touchdown. Rest in peace to Jacoby Jones. He literally just took that shit to the house, bro. I was like, yo, we gonna beat the shit out these dudes. They out of here.
And the lights went out.
And then the lights went out, bro. I was like,
yo. They were out for what, like 20, 30 minutes or something? Like, they were out for a little while.
No.
It was crazy.
Man, bro. Like, I was sitting there like, yo, yeah, Chris, you ain't gonna get that past me, bro. I thought we was gonna lose that shit. Like, say what you want about Colin Kaepernick's political views.
That dude
was balling.
You seen what he did to the Packers, I think, with the NFC title game? Freaking ran for like over 200 yards.
I was like, bro, we can't catch this dude. He's too fast, bro. He's like a gazelle out there running. Like, bro, what is wrong with you?
And Harbaugh didn't have a bad game plan for that game. Like, they were playing well. Like, that was not a bad game.
Rest in peace to LaMichael James' career after that fumble, though.
I loved LaMichael early, man.
Too.
Man, that was over with after that.
Yeah, bro, that was it, man. But it seemed like everybody on that Ravens team, bro, after they won the Super Bowl, they were like, man, I'm finna cash in. Free agency, bro. I'm up out of here. I was like, damn, bro, you could have stayed.
Hey, but the unsung hero is Flacco, though, bro. Unsung hero is definitely Joe Flacco.
Nah, man, it's Jacoby Jones, bro.
Jacoby Jones was nice, too.
He turned up. He turned up in that game, bro. He turned up, bro.
He was making me think of like Trendon Holiday.
We wouldn't even be in the Super Bowl if it wasn't for him, bro. When he beat the Broncos in that damn playoff game, bro.
Torrey Smith was cutting up too, bro. Torrey Smith was nice.
Torrey
Smith. Didn't Torrey Smith have like a big freaking game against, I think, like Philly in like the NFC title game or something? I want to say one of those games. I know they played Philly.
No,
And
he had a big game against Denver.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
That was the end of Champ Bailey after that, bro. That was it. Champ Bailey was done, bro. I was like, yo, like I love Champ, man. Champ, one of my favorites. And I'm like, yo, if you can't stick with Torrey, bro, you definitely ain't gonna stick with what's coming later in the season. Come on, man. You gotta call it a day. And then he went to y'all, and that was it. That was it. So I was like, nah, we done. Let's see what Chris saying.
Best
Purple Rain in the Rain was pretty damn good. I can't hold you. That shit was good. When Peyton Manning and the Colts played the Bears, that's the Super Bowl they talk about.
Yep.
That was pretty cool. I ain't gonna hold you, man.
Hey, bro, that was a pretty good Bears team. If they would have had a better quarterback, might have gotten it done.
Yeah, man. Yo, that team was good on defense.
Look at it. Lance Briggs, Brian Urlacher, Peanut Tillman, like loaded, bro.
And people forget about Nathan Vasher, bro.
The offense was good too.
Yeah.
Outside of Rex Grossman.
Yeah, but they had two really good running backs though. Thomas Jones and Cedric Benson, bro. If Cedric Benson could have stayed healthy, he would have been nice with them.
I feel like Thomas Jones was gone. I think he was in New York at that point, or he left right after. He must have left right after then, because he went to the Jets.
He was with them because he was the backup. Because Cedric Benson was kind of the guy. He was like what, 4th overall or some shit. So they wasn't really actually Thomas Jones was like 10th overall or some shit like that. So he wasn't no slouch either.
He was good at the Jets.
But they had some pretty cool dudes. I mean, Devin Hester was like obviously your X factor. But shoot, when you return the opening kickoff, you ain't getting that. You ain't getting that big back.
I think they still let Marty Booker in them too, if I'm not mistaken. That's old school.
No, I think Marty was gone by then. Let me see. Hold up. We said Marty Booker because I remember Marty Booker too. He was pretty good on them bad Bears teams.
I think Muhammad on that team. Musa Muhammad.
Was he on that team? He played for the Bears. I don't remember that. I don't remember Musa Muhammad on the Bears.
He did play for the Bears at one point. He was him and Bernard Berrien.
Yeah, I remember Bernard Berrien.
And Marty Booker wasn't there. It was Desmond Clark.
Okay, yeah. I'm like Marty Booker. I don't remember his name on the Bears.
They freaking look
like 2003, bro. That's when I remember Marty Booker.
Defense. They still had Tommy Harris. They had freaking Urlacher, Briggs, Tillman, Nathan Vasher, Chris Harris. Like, oh, wait a minute. I don't think Cedric Benson was there. I think it was Thomas Jones carrying it because he's not on this.
I could have sworn Cedric Benson was on that team, bro.
Just hold on. Oh no, he is.
Yeah, because I remember he got hurt like early in that game. He didn't really play.
Who else did they have? Anybody else crazy? Damn, they had Brian Greasy too. That was a good team, man.
Yeah, that was a good team, man.
Colts had a good team that year too. The thing with the Colts was they always had good players on defense, but the defense wasn't always the greatest. They underperformed. I feel like outside of like certain guys.
The Colts defense was just like, hey, just hold the fort, all right?
Yeah, just do enough to where we can.
Yeah, just hold the fort, bro. Like aside from Freeney and Mathis, that was it.
Bob Sanders too.
Yeah, until he got the money.
Antoine Bethea too.
Until he got the money, then he just like fell apart. His body just fell apart, bro.
Bethea was good.
Yeah, Bethea was good, man. But aside from like 3-4 people on the defense, bro, it was it. It was just
the offense was good though. Peyton, Joseph Adai, Harrison, Wayne, Dallas Clark.
Joseph Adai, bro. Joseph Adai was good, man. He was good. I don't know what happened, but he was good.
I liked it when they had Edgerrin James. No, Matt Forte wasn't there yet. He didn't get drafted. He got drafted a few years after, like
he was
08
more
or
with
09.
Jay Cutler.
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
Matt Forte was nice, bro.
Yeah, he was nice, bro. Hey, that's another franchise that has a really good lineage of running backs. The Bears done had some good ass dudes, man.
They did.
So, like, that's one team we gotta talk about their lineage, man. But
We
shout
might do
out
that.
to, but rest in
Ooh.
peace to Cedric Benson, though, man,
should,
because he might have not did nothing with the Bengals, but he was pretty good. I mean, with the Bears, but he was pretty good with the Bengals.
I got an idea. We can do in the off season, we can pick a division, and you can kind of go through each team and like what was their best position. You can go through like their best players at that position. So like if you were to do the NFC North, it's like okay, well the Packers had Bart Starr, Favre, Aaron Rodgers. The Bears had like Walter Payton, Matt Forte, all this and that, and then like so on and so on. That'd be cool.
Yeah. We can do that. We can definitely do that. I ain't opposed to it. More content, you feel me? All right, so let's get into the Super Bowl preview, man. Gonna be pretty in depth, man, but we're gonna do it a little bit. We'll do it quick, man. We know it's Sunday. Some people gotta go to work, man. So, but if you just pause it, man, you come back and watch it, man. That's all I'm saying. All right, but nonetheless, man. So we got the Super Bowl matchup, man. I don't think people wanted this Super Bowl, but I think it's the Super Bowl that kind of had to happen. But you got the Eagles, man. The Eagles obviously they lost 3 games this year, but they still look pretty dominant, man. I mean, you're looking at a team that played pretty good on defense, looking at a team that played pretty good running the ball, passing the ball not so much. Obviously, bottom half of the league, but you don't really have to when you actually think about it because they were balanced as hell. They passed when they needed to. They ran when they at will, honestly. So then you look at the Chiefs, man. 15-2. Obviously, they took that loss like at the end of the season when nobody was playing, so it really didn't matter. But their rush defense is really good, right? Mm-hmm. But everything else is like kind of meh, you know. So when we're looking at the game, you know, like without the ref situation, right? We know the refs have really been helping the Chiefs all year long, you know, all year long, right? So it hasn't been a secret. Mm-hmm. But when I'm looking at this game, aside from that, man, I'm thinking this is kind of like I feel like I felt when the Broncos played the Seahawks in the Super Bowl, right? That's the feeling I get when I'm watching when I'm looking at the stats and stuff, kind of analyzing this game. That is, yeah. I felt like everybody's like, "Oh, the Broncos gonna win this thing. They got too much weapons," and I was like, "Man, something don't feel right going into this game, man." To the point where I don't know if the Broncos can come back if they get down a lot because they ain't necessarily felt that shit all season. So coming into this Super Bowl, that's how I feel because the Eagles lost that Super Bowl solely because they couldn't run the ball. Mm-hmm. And now they got a 2,000-yard rusher. Mm-hmm. Jalen Hurts has matured over the last 2 seasons. He's not the same quarterback he was when he faced Mahomes the first time. And coming into this Super Bowl, the Chiefs aren't as good offensively as they were coming into that Super Bowl that they had before. You know, now I will say defensively, they're pretty good, but I will say, man, this gives me an eerie feeling that if the refs do what they're supposed to do and not make this a close game, this could get ugly for the Chiefs, bro. Yeah, I know Mahomes is great, but the last 2 seasons, he's been like really mid-tier, bro. And yeah, the playoffs is different. I get that, the Super Bowl and everything. But this ain't the game you can just play with because the Eagles got dogs on defense, man. Like dogs on defense as well. And if this becomes a phone booth game, I'm riding with the team that been running the ball on everybody. So, like I said, I've been analyzing this game for the last 2.5 days, man. Trying to block out the noise with the refs, man. And this don't look like a good matchup for the Chiefs at all across the board. From quarterback, quarterback, I give him quarterback. But everything else don't look good, in my opinion. So, what you think, man? Am I tripping? Am I smoking too much? What's up?
No, the guy, Eagles, and I hope it's similar bunch of 90s game blowouts of epic proportions. You know what? I would love for your analogy to come to pass. But so coming into this, I have kind of taken a similar perspective. Everybody knows how I feel about this. I hate the Chiefs. I hate the BS with the refs. But we're gonna put our freaking blinders on like a horse, and we're gonna look at this straight down the middle, block out all that. Let's just say it's a non-factor, which I still think it'll be a factor. So we start with the Chiefs. You have a former MVP, Super Bowl winning quarterback who has been steady, not on the decline, but kind of seems to have been skating along the last couple seasons. You start to look at the stats. They have a really good defense, especially at the defensive front with Chris Jones and crew. They are really good at stopping the run. But my thing about this is when I'm looking at this Chiefs roster has gotten worse in the last 2 years, substantially worse, mostly on the offensive side of the ball. When I look at the Eagles defense regressed last year. They improved in those areas on defense. Not to mention you brought in a difference maker in Saquon Barkley. And I'm looking at the Chiefs can stop the run, yes. But nobody has been able to contain Saquon all year. And the Eagles have played against good run defenses. I want to say they played against Detroit, and Detroit couldn't even stop Saquon Barkley. And Detroit's got a really good defensive front, even without a lot of those guys being out for injuries. Mahomes has the experience. Okay, he has the experience. They're used to coming back in these situations. What I'm concerned about is this. You look at the passing yards for Philly. Oh, they're not throwing the ball much. Jalen Hurts can throw the ball if he needs to, but they haven't had to. I don't think this is going to come down to being a freaking back and forth throwing the ball thing. I think Philadelphia wants to come out. I would love to see them get the ball first, and I think they're just going to put that ball on the ground and just run. The Eagles' offensive line is elite. They're really good at run blocking, and I just don't see many guys on the Chiefs' defensive front that are going to freaking bring Saquon down, especially with the momentum he's been playing with all season. Philly's defense, I think Philly's defense could rain havoc on Chiefs' offense because it's been very shaky. It hasn't been very impressive. I'm giving the Chiefs credit, but when I'm looking at it like this, the Eagles' defense has gotten better. They're very good at bringing pressure on the quarterback, and they're even better in the secondary, I feel like. And then I look at how efficient Philadelphia can run the ball with Jalen Hurts throwing whenever he needs to throw. This isn't a good matchup for the Chiefs. If the Eagles get it going running the ball, this is going to be a long day. You don't want to put anything out of the realm of possibility of Patrick Mahomes, but this Eagles team is not the same Eagles team they put last time. I don't think the Chiefs have played a team like the Eagles this year, and I don't know how they're going to match up with them. So me personally, with the improvements on defense and them having Saquon and nobody being able to stop him, I'm going to have to go with the Eagles, man. The Eagles just statistically have a better matchup. I just don't think the Chiefs are going to have any answer for Saquon, and I just feel like with the inconsistencies they're having on offense, the Eagles' defense, if they can get pressure on him, can make him make mistakes throwing the ball, especially with how good Philly's secondary is. So I'm going Eagles.
Oh man, yeah, I was going to Eagles as well, man. Just simply because I feel like this ain't the game you can play with and be like, oh, we just gonna come back later because it's too much. It's too much. That you have to defend, man. Like, and the Chiefs haven't been good all season, man. It seems like every game they played, there was some call, some misfortune that was just you can't explain it other than the refs, right? It was a holding at a key point. The team gets a touchdown. They got to bring it back. Just momentum killing penalties that happen every single game. And this team ain't 15-2 good, in my opinion.
No, it's deceiving.
Yeah, so I think that you want to, I guess, sell some tickets and get the team that's supposed to get the three-peat in there. But if you play this game square, this is not a good matchup for the Chiefs.
The Eagles are a better team.
And I'm pretty sure that the Chiefs fans that are actually watching this game and analyzing it don't feel that good about this either, right? They feel good about the quarterback matchup, right? And if it came down to the quarterback situation, yeah, you take Mahomes.
That's not going to happen, though.
But I don't think it's going to be like that, man. I just think, yeah, like back in the day, like the last few times they've been in the Super Bowl, I feel like, yeah, they had the advantage offensively late in games because they knew what they were doing. But if you get down to a point where you have to depend on a rookie Xavier Worthy, a not so young the Hopkins, and your running game isn't necessarily what it used to be. So you could depend on those guys. One person that I think is an X factor in this game that people aren't talking about is Will Shipley. Will Shipley was an animal at Clemson. Big, fast, athletic running back.
He played well last game when they utilized him. He ran for almost 100 yards.
Exactly.
You can keep swapping those guys out.
Now, I don't think it's going to be that bad, but I do think if it goes square, we could be looking at Broncos Falcons 35-19 or something like that. I don't think it's going to be 55-10 because that they don't want to see that. The refs are
Scary. You might be frozen, my friend. Yeah, I think he's frozen. I don't think it's going to be a blowout like that either. I think the Chiefs just have a lot of playoff experience. Barkley, okay, there we go. Is he back? Yes, he's back.
Yeah, I'm back. I really don't think that whole AJ Brown cancer thing is really that big blown, Chris. I don't think it's that big a deal.
They doing it like they trying to make it like, and it's not the exact same, but it's like how they blew the TO thing out of proportion, like something like that.
Yeah, it's like, bro, dude want to win. Like, I don't understand why people want to do that. Like, everybody says, oh man, Brady was doing the same thing that AJ Brown doing. The same thing, talking shit. I want to win, pushing your teammates. Yo, get it together. Like, you can't say, oh, because AJ Brown's doing it, it's bad. But when Tom Brady's throwing Microsoft Surface tablets and yelling at Josh McDaniels and yelling at his offensive line, all of that is not the same thing. It is. It's the exact same thing. T.O. was doing the exact same thing, bro. He want to win. Yeah, it might come off as like, oh my God, it's horrible, his ego or whatever. Bro, no. He want to win.
He want, and I'm not saying AJ Brown's that way, but in the T.O. situation, T.O. was one of those guys who works really, 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 really hard. And he wanted everybody to work as hard as him. So when you're showing up to work every day and you want to win that bad, and you're coming to work and people around you just don't care, or they're not putting in even close the effort you are, it's going to bother you. And you're going to get heated and be like, man, I want to win. Like, we need to do this. Like, and Tom Brady was the exact same way. Like, you see any of these times where, like, things aren't going his way. He's like, look, dude, get your together. Like, we need a roll. Like, it's time to step up. Like, no, man, it's time to put up or shut up.
Yeah, man. So I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that crazy, man. Nah, not really. I don't want to see that.
I don't either. That would be horrible. Nightmarishly horrible.
All right. So when we look at kind of just going through the matchups or whatever, man. So I think the Chiefs got the advantage as quarterback, in my opinion. I don't think it's really that crazy. Mahomes obviously had a kind of a down season, and compared to his first couple of years, honestly, it's kind of down a little bit in my opinion. But Hurts has been making the plays he needs to make. You know, he doesn't. I think if he was more of a pocket passer, he would probably be in the 3,000 range. But when you couple the fact that he's a dual threat guy, he got like almost 700 yards rushing this year. So, like, I think the advantage is obviously Mahomes, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be wild because they do got a song together. They definitely do got a
It's
song
so
together.
gross.
Yeah.
More. Over 200 live people watching, by the way. Shout out to y'all. 207. 208.
So I think that when I looked at this, I think not just Saquon, I think across the board in the running back matchup, it goes to the Eagles, bro.
Oh, dude. Really good running back room.
Will Shipley's good. Yeah, they got Pachinko, but Pachinko's like the second guy. He didn't even do anything in the other games that they played.
Hey, shout out to Kareem Hunt, bro. Shout out to Kareem Hunt for getting another shot and getting over 700 yards this year. Shout out to him.
Yeah, most definitely. I agree. And then I'm looking at the receiver matchup, man. I think across the board, I think
Eagles match up better. With AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, and you got Dallas Goedert, like they have better weapons.
Yeah, and then tight end, I think Travis Kelce's been the best. My bad, he's been the best receiver for them, but I still think that they got an advantage because if he's your best pass catcher, who's winning on the outside?
Mm-hmm.
You know. And then we get to like defense, man. Chris Jones is obviously an X factor on defense. You got to make sure you block him, man. But everybody else on their defensive line don't scare me.
Eagles defensive front scary.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest. They're scary. That's some big boys, bro.
Yeah. And they're all from Georgia, it seems like. So
they love Georgia players.
Yeah. So like, yeah. So
and they're fast. They're very fast and opportunistic defense.
Yeah. So when I think about defense, I'm thinking I'm giving it to the Eagles, man. Just because they seem a little bit, like you said, faster. And Chris Jones is a game wrecker. Like, bro is a Hall of Famer at this point. Like, he is legit really good, bro. But at the same time, they don't have another Chris Jones. Like, I think they had a guy. I don't know if it was Jerry Hughes. Was it Jerry Hughes? Something like that. But they had a guy like him in their first couple Super Bowl runs. So it was easier to have those pass rushers and everything.
Well, it's easier to double team. It's easier to double team the one guy. And Chris Jones is hard to even double team. Don't get me wrong, but like they definitely don't have the same star power on defense as they've had in their past teams.
Chris says there's a thing. So we'll hold up, Chris. We'll come back to that. So, but I think the Eagles got the defense, man. So, but that's it for the show, man. So this will be, I guess, our closing segment right here. This is the last run for the Chiefs. With Trey Smith going to free agency, big time left tackle, so he's gonna get a lot of money this offseason. And Kelce retiring. So yeah, it's just the last run. So I don't think so. I think this is going to be, should they lose this Super Bowl, this is going to be how Tom Brady's career went. after he won that last one against Philly, right? Early in his career.
Yeah.
You're going to have that point where, okay, we got to rebuild the team. Maybe it's not going to be Andy Reid as the coach, but you're going to have to rebuild the team to look newer. You kind of ran this course, in my opinion, with these group of guys, right? Mahomes is the nucleus, right? But you're going to need other molecules around him. Everybody else is getting old, so they're not going to like be out of the playoff contention. But I do think that they're going to have to retool, because whatever they've done to retool hasn't worked at all. Like, yeah, it's worked to win a couple Super Bowls, but let's be honest, that was all Mahomes. This is a different ball game because this team is tooled to beat them. You know, they got the right people in place to beat the Chiefs. They just have to do it, right? This is way different than they played them the first time. So this run, to me, is going to look a little different after this. I think it's going to slow down a little bit. I don't know if this is the last Super Bowl they're going to get to within the next 3 seasons, but I do think that it's going to look a little different. Like, I think you're going to start moving on from a lot of your key pieces. I don't think you're going to pay Chris Jones again. Big deal. I don't think you're going to give Travis Kelce a big deal because he's slowing down a little bit. You might try and put all your pieces into keeping Trey Smith, but you know, in business sense, it makes sense to test free agency, dog, to get the biggest deal you can get, because the Chiefs are going to want you back, but you want to see how much they're willing to pay to get you back. So that's my whole thing. You know, I don't know Pachinko's type deal, but I know if he's a free agent, I will be looking to go somewhere else. Like, all these pieces are going to want to get paid now. You know, like McDuffie was first team all defense last year, 2 years ago. So you got to think he going to want to get paid as a number 1 corner, you know? So, like, you got a lot of questions to answer. This run, it happens to all teams, man. Free agency wins and the cap wins more times than not. So that's what I think. I think this run is going to taper off a little bit.
So my thing is, I feel like regardless of the outcome, I could see Andy Reid walking away. I feel like at this point he's accomplished what he's needed to accomplish. So even if they win or lose, I could definitely see him walking away. I think that's definitely on the table. But like, even if he doesn't, I think, like how you said, I think free agency is going to play a big role in them losing a lot of pieces. And if the Super Bowl goes the way that we predict, they might lose some pieces, man. And it's not even just that. The AFC is getting better and better. We've seen it every single year. The AFC has gotten better and better. Like, look at the teams that are in contention to win the AFC every year now. Obviously, you got Kansas City. Baltimore is always in the conversation. They're trying to get better. Buffalo went on a crazy run this year. You know they're going to continue to want to get better. You have Cincinnati, who's still trying to stay legitimate in it. The Houston Texans are still really good. The Chargers are trying to get better. The Broncos are trying to get better. Like, it's all signs are pointing to somebody's going to get lucky. Like, this, I feel like this is the last year where the Chiefs are like, they've had everything go their way. I don't see all the crazy stuff that's been happening continue to happen after this year. I feel like regardless of the outcome that's going to happen, I think they're really going to get hurt from free agency and guys wanting to get paid. And I really think, like, you coming into next year, I could definitely see a Patriots-like delay where you're still in contention. Like, you're not out of the picture. But these other teams who have been past you for all these years, they're going to improve. It happens. Buffalo's going to get better. Cincinnati's going to get better. Baltimore's going to get better. All these teams that have been clawing and this close to beating them, they're going to be in that conversation to knock you off and take that AFC crown. It's definitely there. And especially if Andy Reid leaves, you're in trouble. Now, I'm not saying you're not going to be a good team. You're still going to be a good team. You have the quarterback position, but you have a lot of holes especially if you lose guys in free agency, you're gonna have a lot of holes. And I'm not entirely sure what their cap situation is like. Even if they get the three-peat, I don't see them sustaining this after this year. Like, I definitely see some other teams sneaking in there. A few of those teams I mentioned that could take the AFC side of it. And the AFC is really good. Like, we haven't seen the AFC this good in a while. Like, it used to be when we were kids, it was the NFC. The NFC was loaded. Like, when you look at the NFC, the Giants were really good. The Saints were good. The Falcons were in and out good. The Cowboys were good. The Eagles were good. The Packers were really good. The Vikings were good. Like, the NFC was loaded. Now we're looking, the AFC is loaded from head to toe. And
quarterback, bro.
Oh, quarterback. The AFC is very quarterback heavy. And I feel like it's not leaning in Kansas City's favor. They have a lot of holes already. And I feel like after this and through free agency, like in the draft, like they're going to have to fill a lot of holes. And Mahomes can only do so much. And all I'm going to say is, like, I don't know what this trend has been with his play. He's still the best quarterback in the league, okay, whatever we want to say. But, like, if this trend continues, like, let's say you go into next year and he's still playing like this and you still have these holes, like, this team could take some losses. Not enough to get them out of the playoffs, but they're definitely a lot more beatable going forward. But I could really see Andy Reid walking away after this year, especially if they take a loss. I could definitely see it.
Yeah, I think this is the game that you see that the team is not there. Like, if they win this game, we already know how that's gonna look, right? But if they lose this game, I think you're gonna see people poke holes at the team, and that's warranted because the team isn't good, bro. And people gonna look at it like, yeah, the refs really helped them, and you really can't blame them because this team is not 15-2 good.
No,
I've seen 15-1, right? We both seen 15-1.
We've seen 16-0.
Yeah, we've seen what that looks like, man,
and this ain't it.
And what it takes to beat a team like that. You know, this team ain't that, in my opinion.
It's not.
And when you look at the Eagles, they look like a 15-1 back when we were growing up. They look like a 14-2 team. Like, they look devastating, bro. To the point where it's like, yo, we got everything we need to knock these dudes off. As long as we don't sit here and I hate to use the term, but if we don't pussyfoot around and really just hit these dudes in the mouth
they're not gonna shake back. They won't be able to. I don't know how they're gonna answer back to them getting physical like that and doing that.
Bro, because I bring this up every time. It's my favorite point. Every Super Bowl, so it's not like they haven't been down before, right?
Yeah, they're used to it.
Every Super Bowl that they've been in, that they've won, they've been down in, right? But the Super Bowl that they lost, the Buccaneers hit them and they did not lay off at all. That's the kind of way you got to put Mahomes down, right? Because Mahomes
that'll kill his psyche too, bro.
He was on one leg in that Super Bowl last year. Well, actually, everyone, the last two he was in, he been really limping, like bad, bro. So the wheels ain't necessarily there. So you got to hit him and you got to get after him. So that's the way, in my opinion, that the Eagles win this game. They got to put the pedal to the metal
and not take the foot off the gas.
Score. You know, like that's the only way, man.
If the Chiefs take a loss like that, like I'm not doubting Mahomes. But if they take a loss like that, that's gonna weigh on his psyche. You see what happens to quarterbacks when like they lose, when they feel like they shouldn't lose, or maybe they've been riding a high and they kind of get humbled. If the Eagles humble them, like I think that affects him because you've seen like he hasn't been the same the last couple of years. Like I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just the lack of weapons or the fact that he feels better because the defense is carrying, but like he hasn't been the same. And I feel like if the Eagles really come out and punch him in the mouth, like they should, and if they come out and they win the game like dominating on the ground and playing Eagle-style defense, like I think that affects like your quarterback. I feel like that affects everything. Like I feel like that is very demoralizing.
Tyler, that's what I'm saying, Tyler. That's what I'm saying. On paper, this does not look like a good Super Bowl for the Chiefs, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like every team they've played in a Super Bowl to this point throughout this run, they've been better than.
They're not better than this team. This team is way better.
This does not feel like a Super Bowl that they're just going to get easily. Like you can't just, we'll just play in the second half. This ain't that kind of Super Bowl. Like if they're going to win this, they're going to have to start fast, and put the Eagles in a position that Jalen Hurts has to pass. That's the only way they win it. And the season that they've had shows me that they aren't offensively as powerful as they used to be. Because we've seen the Chiefs just put people in the blender. They had to struggle with the Texans in that playoff game. They had to struggle.
They should have lost that game too.
They struggled with the what's the team? The Bills. They struggled with them. So they didn't necessarily offensively look good, bro. So that's my whole thing, man. So Tyler, you was right about that. But that's pretty much it for the show today, man. I think we did really good, man. So before we get up out of here, man, anything you gotta say to the peoples?
Shout out to the 242 live viewers right now. We would not be here without you guys. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to Tyler too, by the way, and all of the other people who comment. Cam always goes through the comments and stuff like that. Shout out to you guys as well. Had another career high in views last month. We pretty much nearly doubled our views last month. I don't know if we're getting the numbers on here, but the numbers are exponentially high. And it's crazy. We couldn't be there without you guys. So the people watching, man, shout out to y'all. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to like the video. Leave a comment. We love comments. And if you aren't subscribed, subscribe. And hit that bell notification if you're on YouTube so you never miss any of our daily shorts. We do live streams as well to the channel. And don't forget, like we did today, it's every Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. If you hit us through Google, we're on all major social media platforms. We do live streaming through Twitch and all of those platforms as well. And like Cam stated before, we're back on audio platforms. So if you like to hit up audio in the gym, maybe you're working at a desk, or maybe you like to listen to audio on the way home, check us out on Spotify, Apple, and Amazon as well. All of the weekly episodes and stuff will be on there. But like I said before, thank you guys for all the support, and we're doing really good right now. 2025 is going to be a huge year. You should look at what our pilot video was almost 2 years ago and compare it to what it is now, because it's night and day. And it's thanks to you guys.
Yeah, I agree, man. We started on Zoom, so you can tell how that went. But now we're definitely good, man. Chris, man, don't forget Villain Sports Media, man. Hit that like and subscribe over there. We're growing that media channel, man. So most definitely hit us up over there. Don't forget to like and subscribe this channel, man, so we can keep on growing, man. Not to toot our own horn, but we are definitely the flagship show, man. So we are carrying the flag for the Villain Sports Media Network, man. Most definitely trying to grow the network at home, man. So we thank you, Tyler, man. We definitely going up, man. We definitely are.
Appreciate it.
But everything you said is correct, man. Like and subscribe. We thank all of you, man. So y'all have a good week, and we will catch y'all next Sunday.
Peace.